Here are the views that were expressed in the political arena ahead of the polls.
Why did we stand against Rajapaksa? We did so to end the ethanol and drug culture. They were one family that used the resources of the whole country. We wanted to prevent them from crushing the people. We wanted to end corruption. Today he is shamelessly trying to sneak back in for parliamentary seat.
The 8th of January was a day of mourning. It was difficult to operate within the party. We had to spend a very immobile life during that time.
The political mechanism of the United People's Freedom Alliance has been destroyed. The Sri Lanka Freedom Party has also been destroyed. The policies of Bandaranaike are not being followed. What happened was that the corrupt were protected. We showed the change in the system over the past 6 months.
If Maithripala Sirisena was suitable to contest the presidential election, he must be suitable to enter the parliamentary polls. We are aware that it was Maithripala Sirisena that won the presidential election and not the United National Party. We consider it our responsibility to strengthen him through the SLFP and the UPFA.
A picture was published in the newspapers recently depicting development. The road that leads to the Surya Baba grounds from the Matal airport. What are they doing on that road? They are drying chilies. There's a proposal to establish a rice storage in Matala because flights do not arrive there.
You cannot solve these for the urgency of the people. No matter how long you take to get married, you cannot make a child in a few days. It takes time, at least 8 to 10 months.
Mahinda Rajapaksa says that he will deliver the miracle of Asia to your doorstep. He says he will sacrifice himself for the country. The people will not be deceived this time.
We are vested with the responsibility of establishing an SLFP government. Before establishing that government, we need to create a force in the country where everyone would come together, rectifying all the mistakes that we committed. We need to decide as to whether we will be moving forward with the foundation that we laid for good governance, or are we going to be with the faces that took away our freedom and wasted all the resources, which will lead to the destruction of our country. Development does not mean the development that was done by the previous government. The notion in society is that development means the laying of concrete on the road. We term development as uplifting the human resources and the families. If Mahinda comes from royalty, we can make up our minds. Because like it or not, the king comes from royalty. Therefore, like it or not, we will have to accept it. But remember that the presidents and the prime minister do not come from royalty. They are here because of your ballot. Yesterday was the 200-day mark. The government of Ranil Wickremesinghe has scored a double century. The issue here is what happened to the people. What would happen in the weeks to come if this is what happened in 6 months? Then what will happen in 60 months?
ප්‍රශ්නේ වෙන්නේ මාස 6ට එහෙමනම් නේ මාස 6 එතකොට සති කීයද මාස 60ක් යනකොට කොහොම හිටියද කියන එකයි අපිට කල්පනා කරන්න තියෙන්නේ.
If the father has gone to Saudi Arabia for employment, the son will follow. If the mother has gone to Saudi Arabia for employment, the daughter will follow. If the father was a pavement vendor, the son too will become a pavement vendor. They have started the competition of lies. They are engaged in payment trade just like Manny went on to ply his trade. They are selling us dreams and aspirations. There were certain things that were expected from the previous government. That is the constitutional amendment for democracy. It took place. Then we wanted a change in the electoral reforms. Because there was no unanimous stance in parliament, we failed in achieving that.